we have here two panels with some text in. And at the moment, the text is fairly plain. If we wanted to change the font, we would hold the mouse down and drag over and select the font we want to change. And by the way, to select font, we need to drag right or down. Whereas to select other stuff, we need to drag up and left. So that is selecting all of these guys. But anyway, selecting font, you just go forward or you go down. So let's say we select the middle. In fact, I'm just going to select the word middle. We want to change the font. Over here in font, in our font expander, we could, for example, make it bold. We could change the size to, let's say, 24. And we could make it subscript or underscript, or we could cross it off like that. There are also a bunch of presets here. So if I click there, this shows you a sample of the text we're about to get. Or we could have heading 1 or heading 2. There's a bunch of presets. Let's say, I'm going to set that back to paragraph. Let's say we want to turn the top of both of these boxes to titles. You can highlight it all, or you could just click anywhere on that line. If you've just clicked on the line and you click the font you want, it assumes you're talking about the whole line. So we have turned that into a title. T stands for title. As you can see, I can't move onto that box, but you can see there it says title. I have changed this one into title as well. And I'm going to change this middle one to, I'm going to leave the middle as paragraph, and I'm going to put the end on both of them as M1, which is a custom font, as in customizable to you. Okay, so far so good. We can easily change the fonts of the text. However, this also comes with background fonts, as in default fonts. So these top two are both type title. If I click on it, you can see there's a little red outlining around the title button. I can set the defaults for title by clicking Set Defaults. And we have this Setting Default Fonts window popping up. So let's say, if you remember, the title heading was blue. Let's say we wanted to set it to red. Clicking this, setting it to red. It's going to go off that. I'm going to move the window out of the way, and we should see that the fonts have gone red. Now I'm going to make it bold, underline, italic. You can do all of this stuff. And that means all the titles everywhere will do that. Paragraph, which is paragraph text, which is right over here. I'm going to move this window off screen so you can see things changing. This is generally what text is set to. So let's say I've bolded the paragraph text. You can see the middle paragraph text bolding. The other thing you can do is you can do coding on all of the text size. These two buttons here, this is relative size, so everything's at 100%, and add, we're not adding anything. We can ask all the fonts to double in size. So if I change this to 200%, it's not just the title or this font or that font will be affected, it's all of the fonts. 200, everything's going to get twice as big, it's going to look like a total mess. I'll undo it in a second. Everything's twice as big, you actually can't see most of it. Let's put it back to 100, and I'm going to turn it to 50, make everything twice as small, 50%. Teeny tiny. The other thing we could do is, if we didn't want to make it all twice as big, we wanted to make it all a few pixels bigger, we could add 10 pixels onto everything. So you can code all your text, which means you can change vast amounts of the look all at once. The other thing is, the text, some of the text, let's in this case go back to paragraph, its color is the default color. Which means if we change the default color, all text that's subscribing to the default color will change. So I'm just going to move this off. I'm going to click around some different random colors. So you can see things have gone kind of that gray color. And both the text in the middle and the text at the end has adopted that color. and I go for a blue. Now they've gone blue. So I was just picking random colors from here. You can also make your own custom colors in here. If I move my mouse off this window, it will disappear unless pin has been clicked. So I'm going to move my mouse off, it disappears. Now, if you reset these fonts and you don't like it, you feel you've messed it up, as a gift to you, I've got this reset all button, which will put it all back to the original chosen defaults. So I'm going to move, well, I guess I'll just move it here. I'm going to press reset all, and you now have the original that it all came with. Okay, I'm going to close this window. If we take a line and we customize its font here, let's say we bold it, and we're going to make it 22, so we've done our own stuff to it, it's no longer the preset paragraph, which means if we set our defaults and we go to paragraph and we make that italic or underlined, you can see this is changing because it hasn't been customized by us. One final thing with this dialog is these 6 on the base, these are unspecified as to what they're going to be used. You can use them for anything. So you could give them names. It's called My Font 1, but you could call it, I can't think of a good name. KK, no, that was not going right. You can call it Badger. And we'll customize it to be underlined. And that funny font there. Don't know if that font underlines, we'll find out. So I'm crossing this off. So this, if we hover over, you see now that the name that I chose, Badger, has come up. And it's underlined and in that funny font, Algerian. Notice that with these guys, these top ones, you can't change it from title. You can't type anything in that box. I just tried.